Hi, hi, hi. Good Friday morning, boys and girls. I am back. We are week 5, day 5. So, I have been reading this book, Miss Clute is a Hoot, and Miss Clute is a dog, remember? So, I've already read chapters 1 through 8. So, today I am reading chapters 9 and 10. So, I hope you all have been watching my videos. Make sure that you already watched all the other videos. That way you can understand today's 9 and 10 chapters. And I will give you the quiz number when I'm done. Alrighty? Okay, here we go. So chapter 9, it says, na 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 boo boo on you. As we filed back inside the school, everyone looked depressed. I can't believe this happened on my birthday, said Emily. Why do bad things always happen to me? Soon it would be 3 o'clock when we go home for the day. Mr. Klutz announced that classes were canceled for the rest of the afternoon. He told us to go to the all-purpose room so we could talk about our feelings and stuff. At first, nobody said anything, but then kids started to say what was on their mind. Before Miss Clute came to our school, I didn't like to read, said Neil, the new kid. Now reading is my favorite thing to do in the whole world. Me too, said a bunch of kids. She was so nice, said Alexia. She never snarled or bit or hurt anybody. She was my best friend, said Ryan. Everybody was sobbing. Even some of the teachers were pulling out handkerchiefs and wiping their eyes with them. Miss Clute was the best therapy dog I ever met, said Mr. Mackey. I'm sorry, I told everybody. This was my fault. Look, everyone's crying because remember, Miss Clute, she escaped. She ran away. Don't be so hard on yourself, AJ, said Mr. Mackey. It could have happened to anybody. After that, nobody said anything for 1,100,000 seconds. There was just the sound of sobbing and sniffling. I miss Miss Clute, Andrea finally said. I miss Miss Clute, said Alexia. I miss Clute, said Michael. It went on like that for a while. That's when the most amazing thing in the history of the world happened. Oh, yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that Miss Clute came running into the all-purpose room and everything was happy and everything, right? Well, you're thinking that we all started cheering and hugging her. You're thinking that everybody lived happily ever after. Well, that's not what happened. So na-na-na boo-boo on you. This is what really happened. Somebody down the hallway let out a scream. Ah! It was a lady's scream. That came from the teacher's lounge, Ryan yelled. So we all ran out of the all-purpose room and down the hall to the teacher's lounge. The school secretary, Miss Patty, she was standing in front of the door. Miss Clute is dead, she shouted. That's the end of chapter 9. We are starting chapter 10. It says, The Truth About the Teacher's Lounge. Okay, Miss Clute wasn't really dead. Phew, I got scared there for a while. So stop freaking out. And don't bother writing angry letters and emails to the publisher of this book. She wasn't dead, but she was pretty sick. Miss Clute was lying in the middle of the teacher's lounge, hardly moving. Worse than that, she had thrown up all over the floor. Ugh, gross. And we saw it live and we saw it in person. I thought I was going to die. And our school nurse, Mrs. Cooney, she came running in. What happened? She asked. Oh, look, there's Miss Clute. Miss Clute must have come back to school while we were looking for her in the woods, Andrea told her. Mrs. Cooney got down on her knees and she listened to Miss Clute's heartbeat. Dun, 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 dun. And then she picked a little piece of paper off the floor. Aha! Here's the problem, she said. It's a cupcake wrapper. Where did Miss Clute get chocolate cupcakes? We all looked at Emily. I killed Miss Clute, Emily shouted, and then she started to cry and she ran running out of the room. This is the worst birthday I have ever had. What a crybaby. Is Miss Clute going to be okay? Andrea asked Mrs. Cooney. I think so, she replied, but she might have to go to the animal hospital for a few days to recover. They'll make sure that she doesn't eat any more chocolate. I thought everybody knew dogs can't eat chocolate. That's the first rule of being a dog. Our school custodian, Miss Lazar, she came into the teacher's lounge and she looked at the floor. Have no fear, said Miss Lazar. This looks like a job for super custodian. Miss Clute got sick, said Mrs. Cooney. It's quite a mess, I'm afraid. The messier, the better, said Miss Lazar. I love messes. If there weren't any messes, then I wouldn't have a job. Miss Lazar is bizarre. Stand aside, said Miss Lazar. Super custodian, he's here to save the day. Anytime finger paint is spilled, or the toilets become clogged, or somebody throws up, I am at your service too. Can you just clean up the mess, please? Asked Mrs. Cooney. You can count on me, Miss Lazar said. She put on those big yellow plastic gloves and she started cleaning up the mess. There's Miss Lazar. It was gross. Miss Cooney told us to go back to our classroom. That's when I realized something. I looked around the teacher's lounge. Where was the hot tub? Where were the video games? There was no mini bar filled with candy or all-you-can-eat buffet. There was no servants on rollerblades giving out foot massages and back rubs. And there wasn't a single $100 bill on the floor. That's when I decided that I didn't want to be a teacher after all. I had thought the teacher's lounge was this really cool place where the teachers can hang out all day and do cool stuff. But it's just a boring old room with tables and chairs and a coffee machine. It's no fun at all. Plus, you never know when a dog might come in and throw up all over the place. A week later, we came into our classroom, and you'll never believe in 100 million years who was sitting on the floor chewing on a chew toy. It was Miss Clute. Well, it would have been pretty weird if it was anyone else who was sitting on the floor chewing on a chew toy. Mr. Mackey told us that Miss Clute was all better. The whole class ran over to hug and pet her. Aw. We missed you, said Andrea. Why did you run away? Ryan asked. Did you have fun chasing that squirrel in the woods? Asked Alexia. Did you have fun eating Emily's cupcakes and throwing up all over the teacher's lounge? I asked. Miss Clute didn't answer any of the questions because she's a dog. Duh. But she did let us hug her and pet her for a long time. And then Mr. Mackey, he let us read a story about a dog that ran away. Maybe after this, they'll get a hot tub and some other cool stuff for the teacher's lounge. Maybe I'll go to an all-you-can-eat buffet for dinner tonight. Maybe my mom will stop using hypoallergenic shampoo, and maybe Miss Clute will lose 10 pounds and get a bikini. Maybe Mr. Mackey will put cereal in a bowl instead. Oh, look, there they all hugging Miss Clute. We'll put cereal in a bowl instead of carrying it around in his pockets. And maybe the teachers will stop using money for toilet paper. Ew. Maybe aliens will use their laser cannons to save the fuzzy little bunnies that are falling into the Grand Canyon. Maybe Miss Clute will stop stealing hot dogs from kids' lunch trays. And maybe somebody will cross a Cocker Spaniel, a poodle, and a rooster to make a cocker-poodle-doo. Maybe we can talk Mr. Mackey into letting us take Miss Clute outside for recess again. But it won't be easy. The end. I'm so happy they found Miss Clute and she was okay. I was getting sad there for a little bit, boys and girls. So, that is the end of Miss Clute is a Hoot. I hope you enjoyed this week's chapter book read out loud. Now, I am going to give you the quiz number. Are you ready? Okay, very good. Let's begin. It is 169924. 169924. Very, very good. That finalizes our chapter book for the week, boys and girls. I really, 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 really hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget, on Monday, I will have a new book for you where I will read chapters 1 and 2 of that book, okay? So I hope you have an awesome weekend. And don't forget to see my videos for week 6. We're already in week 6. That's crazy, right? Yeah. All right. So I hope you guys see me next week. And again, have an awesome weekend. Bye, boys and girls.